And when people start to really say, well, it's not about the person, it's about the programs.
Yes.
And doors are starting to open up thanks to you.
Oh, bless you.
And comments from Crystal
Right.
and others who have said, you know what, you guys need to really take a look at this.
Right.
And so, it's just taken off.
Yeah.
Substitute services and the Lego League, the STEM program.
Yes.
So as you mentioned, student ambassadors. Those are things my wife designed.
Yes, she did.
In terms of putting it together.
Right.
You designed it in terms of getting it out there for everybody to see. Here's what it looks like.
Right.
Here's the brochure. You don't have to keep talking. Here it is.
Yeah.
Take the time to review it.
Right.
And it's opened up some doors for us.
Well, that's good to hear.
It's opened up some doors. And
Yeah.
I'm really interested in working with you.
Yeah.
I love to see a Saturday art program.
Right.
Like you went through that program for years.
Yes.
I mean, you were like the guru to get in to Delaware Art Museum. That's a lot of people don't understand that.
Right.
That just wasn't open like that.
Right. Yeah.
And once the door opened, we had somebody like you
Yeah.
who could go in and say, you know what? Guess what?
Yeah.
They sent the right one.
I appreciate that.
And it's good when you do that. But I know with your work, we got to figure out a way to get the arts in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know you do a lot of that on your TV show.
Yeah.
But somehow or another, we can get these young people and catch them early, so they don't pick up those guns and doing things that they don't need to do. But they can come to a program with you on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's another guy, Sam Cooper, and we have another one. I just met. He's from New York, Demetrius Bullock.
Right.
But we need to start to utilize a building where we can do all the things that would help these young people keep out of trouble.
Yeah, Mr. Pritch, there are no coincidences, and when you and I got together, I'm losing track of the years in terms of how long we've been working together on Channel 28.
Yes.
But when we got together, it was apparent to me that, number one, you needed to be seen more than just being a guest on someone's program.
Yes.
You needed your own slot, your own program, and when I shopped that idea to you and Mrs. Pritt, I know at first it might have
fell on the floor, right? I was like, oh no,
something, but I was so glad to see how well you and Miss Pritt took to it, and you have a lot of fans out there of On the Road with Doc Pritchett. They look forward to this program coming on.
Yes.
And you're reaching. I heard Miss Dennis say something about we need to reach the students where they are.
Yes.
And see, you are reaching those young people where they are, and many of the inner city kids, inner city, which I was one, and you were one.
Yes.
Many of the inner city kids need to be recognized, or else they may be left out of certain things. And
correct.
A lot of people didn't understand that there were a lot of talented young people, and still are today.
Yes, they are.
And they are not students enrolled in prestigious organizations. They're in your everyday classroom.
Yes.
But it's incumbent upon the educators, the guidance counselors, the parents, the administration, the state to recognize the talent no matter what their street address is.
That's correct.
When I was selected back in 1979 to attend the very first Governor's School for Excellence at the University of Delaware.
Wow.
Inner city boy. 100 students were selected in the top 10 in 10 categories, and I was among them. My discipline was the visual arts,
Yes.
and it was a blessing to do that. But a lot of the scholarship money didn't come my way, despite those type of accolades, and I hold no malice. I chalk it up to maybe they just didn't see where I was, and that's why I think it's so important to shine the light on these young people.
Yes.
No matter what their background.
Oh, absolutely. And we have to, roll our sleeves up and do that.
Yeah.
I know we talk about this, the low test scores, 108 schools take an exam. And I won't call the school's name,
Right.
came in last.
Right.
The second one was 107, next to last, and the other one was 106.
Right.
And out of 108 schools, I mean, it hurts. But we have to, as you said earlier, we need to continue to do programming for our parents. We do a lot of parent training and to spend more time in those schools. You
That's
mentioned
right.
how we didn't go home. We kept the lights on. We
on.
stayed there and we worked and we made it better.
Right.
And we did things on Saturday. You went to the art school
Right.
on Saturday.
Right.
I mean, we can find ways to do it.
Yeah.
But we need to get off of the horse of just wanting to and work as a team.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who comes up with the idea.
Right.
The main thing is, are we getting students to start to stay?
Right.
Or are we just building them up to end up in trouble?
Right.
With guns and so forth.
Right.
And then we go back and we say, well, the mayor's not doing his job.
Right.
The police are not doing their job. Mike, a lot of it we can stop.
We can.
And we know we need some art schools, some programs dealing with the arts, which you do, and you and Shayna,
Yeah.
and some of the art things BB wants to do,
Right.
Harmon Carey wants to do,
Right.
And Dr. Seals is getting involved with, with the Black, museum.
Right.
We just have to come to a point now where it's about educating
Yeah.
our children.
Right.
Education is the key.
Right.
And we can talk about, public housing and what's right and what's wrong. But a lot of it, we have to say, you know what? We can help our children get to a point that they won't have to get in those situations.
Exactly.
And I think we got good people like Herman
Yeah.
who are fighting for us to make sure that they're treated fairly.
Right.
And so if in fact we do have people in those situations, we know we have people like him and that can get up there and roll their sleeve and is going to fight for us.
Right.
But surely, just too many of our young people are dying
I agree.
and
I
getting
agree.
shot
Yes.
over things that makes no sense to me. We should be pushing education.
Yeah.
I noticed one day I saw where the police officers, young man was handing out books in one of those neighborhoods. To me, we all have to roll our sleeves up and support each other.
Right.
And, we don't need to be finger pointing.
Right.
I mean, it's a big job being a mayor.
Yeah.
Believe me, it's a big job just trying to run a city.
Absolutely.
But, I know he's hurt.
Yeah.
I'm hurt
Yeah.
that a lot of young people are dying.
Right.
But it's not because that's something we want.
Right.
We're feeling the pain of those parents
Sure we are.
whose young men are being laid to rest and young ladies being laid to rest. I say education is still the key.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do everything in my power to continue to educate our young people
Right.
and to provide them with young men like you who have a vision.
Yeah.
Particularly in the field of arts.
Right.
The arts, not
Yeah.
just drawing. You're into a lot of things
Yeah.
that a lot of our young people can do.
Absolutely.
And so
Absolutely.
I'm just proud that I have people like you that I can count on.
Yeah.
That when we say, hey, we got some funding to do this, Michael can take and run it.
Yep.
Set up a studio on Saturday mornings. But we're in support of the city.
Yeah.
As you mentioned earlier, I grew up here,
Absolutely.
and I want the best
Yeah.
for the young people, and
That's
we
right.
want a safe city. We just, we can't just look at all the negative things that are going on.
I agree.
Every time you pick up the newspaper, it's about somebody getting shot. It's like,
Right.
we don't want that.
Right.
Then let's start putting some things in the paper like, oh, by the way, Mr. Riley has an art studio he just opened up.
Right.
He and Pritchett and associates are doing some art class.
Right.
Hey, parents, hello, do you want to get involved?
Exactly.
Yeah, right, we're not going to charge you.
Right.
You come here, if you're good in art, we're going to take it and run with it.
Yeah. I want to chime in and I want to piggyback on what you're saying, because like you said, some of the things that we're seeing, a lot of it comes from, the need for education,
Yes, yes.
and structured programs that would allow for positive activities.
Yes.
And also what you were saying was, how they want to focus on certain negativity, which is undeniable. There are things going on. There are big problems, problems. But there needs to be a counterbalance, or else you're just going to bring people so low in their spirit that they can't see above the curve.
Exactly, exactly.
And that's the importance of having a local least access channel.
Yes.
Where the information can be delivered live, because if something bad happens, sure, you want to call that to the attention so that people are aware of it, but you also want to have an opportunity to bring in positive people and positive messages and solutions.
That's the key.
And if something has been tried and true and tested and successful,
right.
I mean, they tried to change the formula in Coke years ago, and it didn't go over.
It didn't go over too well. That's right.
And if you're trying to reinvent the wheel, you're going to end up spinning your wheels.
Yes.
So you started your service years ago, Mr. Pritchett, and a lot of the problems, you have the capacity and programming to address those things, and included in those numbers that may show in the red or the negative side.
Yes.
There are still some talented, intelligent, young people who attend some of those underperforming schools.
Yes.
And you should never throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Absolutely.
And if you want this world to get better, with all of these challenges that we face, we need all hands on deck.
Absolutely.
Even if they got dirt under the fingernails. You know what I mean? Dirty fingernails, nappy heads, we need all that.
Absolutely.
As long as you're here to do something.
Mike, I think we need to say something about Mayor Dennis P. Williams. His mother passed away.
Yeah,
and we're deeply sorry.
We sure are.
And so our condolences go out to the family, and anything we can do, Mayor Williams, we're there for you.
Absolutely.
God bless you and your family.
Yeah. Likewise, Mr. Pritchett. When I read that, I was really saddened by it because, Mayor Williams is a very passionate and compassionate person, and I know he was a loving son.
Yes.
And his mother will be missed.
Yes, and she was able to see her son become the mayor of the city of Wilmington.
Isn't that something, man?
Man, God does great things.
He sure does.
And, God bless her soul.
Yeah, God bless her soul, man.
Well, appreciate you staying with us this evening. I'll be back the second Sunday of the month of October.
Yes.
Right around my birthday.
All right.
So take care and good night, and God bless everyone.